Some common goals for transnational feminist networks include advocating for women's human rights, peace and conflict resolution, reproductive health care, and critiquing economic policy. Worldwide, organizations are realizing the importance of women's roles in the global economy. Advocacy groups on the local, national, and international level are focused on improving women's economic position by increasing women's workforce participation, providing microfinance opportunities, developing women's education, and other small steps to empower women in all parts of the world. Furthermore, these groups are becoming more successful by combining workers' rights, women's rights, and fundamental human rights. Groups are also addressing women's bodily integrity through family planning programs, sex education, and the distribution of birth control. The World Social Forum is an annual meeting that provides a non-governmental and non-partisan open discussion for reflective thinking, democratic debate of ideas, proposal building, free exchange of experiences, and alliances amongst organizations and movements. As part of the globalization process, the World Social Forum brings together local, national, and international movements in order to foster sustainable development and social and economic justice. Started in 1946, the Commission on the Status of Women is dedicated exclusively to gender equality and the advancement of women. It is the principal global policy-making body in the area of women and gender. Every year, representatives of member states gather at the United Nations headquarters in New York to evaluate progress on gender equity, identify challenges, set global standards, and formulate concrete policies to promote gender equality and the advancement of women worldwide. In 1967, the UN Commission on the Status of Women wrote a document to guide countries in the world on how to deal with the issue of discrimination against women. In 1979, the UN General Assembly officially made this declaration a convention, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. CEDAW has often been described as an international Bill of Rights for women. It consists of a preamble and 30 articles which define discrimination against women and set up an agenda for national action to end such discrimination. Globalization efforts can run into the problem of implementing long-term sustainable changes. Temporary monetary funds may stimulate growth and development, but support needs to focus on long-term improvements to the social conditions of women. Furthermore, it is important that advocacy groups do not come into countries with the intention of imposing Western beliefs and values under the misconception of civilizing third world women. Organizations need to be culturally sensitive to the environment they are working with in order to suggest solutions that will benefit women on the ground, instead of assuming victimization and oppression. In some extreme instances, a generalization about third world women can lead to further exploitation of the individuals the program intends to aid. These problems exist on the local level as well, as there may be a disconnect between the volunteers and the individuals they are serving. Although there exist problems with the globalization process, the existence of many successful trans-feminist networks and local women-oriented nonprofits prove that these groups are indeed effective. By working together and combining diverse causes, cultures, and interests, we can create a solidarity economy that brings together the different forms of feminism and economic organization in order to reduce inequality and hierarchical polarization.